Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. I've been on vacation all week. You just didn't know it. How you doing today? I took a brief holiday this week with family, and I just wanted to stop by and say hello. And throughout the week, what I was doing, I'll be taking another little bit of a break in the beginning of the week of December 23 for a few days. But of course, you'll have your videos. You didn't even know it. You had your videos. I even responded to comments and all this and all that. Hey, 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 just saying, just saying. But I took some personal time this week to explore some cooking videos. Let me tell you something. There is so much of a plethora of stuff from like, if you really, really, really want to get something done quickly and wonderfully, you have that option. If you really, really, really don't mind that putting in that extra time, if you so much as have that extra time to work through the recipe of your choice, you could do that. And I'm thinking all this at a touch of a button, literally, and all this literally for free because we already have our YouTube, right? We need to take full advantage whenever we can. So I came across a couple of recipes that were desirable to my heart. And what I decided to do was make a few notes of them. And some of them I'm going to try, and let you know how it turned out and so on and so on. One I did try. I'll talk more about that in a couple of days and in the next couple of days. And I want to give duly 1,000 billion% credit to the video and the content creator and list the video, here and all this and all that, any one of those videos that I talk about. These were not my ideas. These were their ideas. So while I had that extra moment to like decompress from the usual business stuff that I do all the time during this little bit of a brief holiday that I just took that you didn't know because they still responded to all my comments. And you still had your videos. Yeah. So making a long story short, uh, I'm telling you, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So I had that moment to make due notes of these videos. All right. So I like to have my own fresh pizza. Okay. Don't get me wrong. The store bought brands are very, convenient. Put them away. They're in your freezer. They're there. Boom, pop it in the oven. Done. All right. But sometimes I want something fresher. And sometimes it might be 11 o'clock at night. Now, I don't do that often because I don't like to normally eat late at night. I just don't do that. But once in a while, let's say that a person, it's like holiday season, you're up a little later, you get that little bit of a midnight snacking type of, craving, you have friends over, whatever. You see where I'm going with that. All right. So I came across and this is something that I've never seen before. Okay. I love a no yeast pizza dough. They are so cost effective. What do I mean by cost effective? I mean, you could just put in yeast. Yeast is not expensive. No, but yeast takes time. Yeast doughs take time. Yeast doughs take more effort, in my honest opinion. And I just happen to enjoy the non yeast dough flavor. So that's me, personal preference to go with it. But I never came across what I did come across here. There's a video, and basically, I believe the name is. Let me get it 100% right. I wrote it down. Individual no yeast pizza dough. Okay, and actually, no, that's the title I put down for the recipe. So scratch what I just said. Hello. Here's the actual video name. So let's start from the beginning. No yeast pizza, no yeast pizza dough, personal size pizza. And the content creator is Lee Ann Wilkes. I hope I'm saying it properly. If you're listening, 100,000% credit to you. Um, Great video. Not everyone wants to make a 16-inch pizza. Not everybody lives with three people or five or 10. You see where I'm going with this? Sometimes you're the only person that wants, no matter who you live with, wants some pizza. So you could get to make, which is really, really good, an individual size pizza. And by the way, might I add that this type of a recipe, I would consider something to duly note as a bare bones recipe, okay? Because the all the ingredients are so inexpensive. And of course, toppings are optional. So let's get right to the actual ingredients that are used in the recipe. Okay, so in this recipe by Lee Ann Wilkes, as she demonstrates on her video on the no yeast pizza dough personal size pizza video, um, here's what it says. Here are the numbers. But I would really love it for you to watch that video. Okay, so that's number one. It's not very long, gets right to the point, it's very clear and concise. But think about this in terms now let's talk about frugality, okay? This total switch over from everything else. Okay, you have flour in your house, you have salt in your house, you're doing all right? Okay, so basically, all you need is 2/3 of a cup of flour, okay? And by that, I'm assuming that means all purpose, okay? 2/3 of a cup of flour, 1/2 a teaspoon, 1/2 a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon salt, half teaspoon sugar, third cup of water at room temperature. And I believe it says here, I'm reading my chicken scratch writing, half a tablespoon of oil. Okay. And then you mix that together, and then you knead the dough for a couple of minutes. All right. And then you bake it off. Well, I sort of change like the temperature. Just do this. Just watch the video. But I just wanted for demonstration purposes on frugality. I mean, everything I read here, so inexpensive. 90%, 95% you have it in your pantry already. Talking about basic flour, right? Baking powder, salt, sugar, water, okay? Oil. Nothing fancy here. We're not talking about anything fancy here. And then of course your toppings of choice. Sometimes people just want a cheese pizza with a little bit of tomato sauce and the shredded mozzarella. Sometimes people want to add pepperoni to that or vegetables, whatever. This to me, especially during that time of the month when you're trying to like stretch from point A to point C to get to point P. What's point P? Payday. So this is, keep this type of recipe in mind. Okay. There are a couple of things I'm definitely want to explore. And just on a brief mention, would you believe this? And I did try this, by the way, the next one. Okay. I do not have the specific video here in mind, don't have the exact name, but there are plenty of them. Liquid pizza. What? That doesn't even sound right. Yes, you follow the directions, and you have what looks like what appears to be like a pancake batter, and you pour it into your pan, and you follow the directions, and it turns into a pizza. The crust comes out on the rather soft side. So if you like a soft kind of crust, that's for you. And if you don't feel like kneading anything, Kneading, kneading anything, that is for you. Fast, simple, oh my word, so inexpensive. The goal here is to satisfy some hunger, cravings, and you feel like you had a luxury treat on the cheap. The price of a pizza today is I mean, I'm talking about pizza from the pizzeria is like from the sublime to the crazy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing like the taste of, pizzeria pizza. Hey, I grew up around stuff like that my whole life. But sometimes you just want a little bit of what I would call your own, and this is as fresh as can be. So the idea of not having to use the yeast dough, making it a personal, size pan, you can make a few of those personal sizes and pop them in the oven. So everybody has their own little personal, size pizza. I think this is great, and I wanna commend that content creator, Lee Ann Wilkes, for her video, of which I am totally going to hook up in the description box below, or better still, also in the comment section, once this video airs. I can't put it in the comment section as a pinned post until the video airs. One time some person was so impatient. This was about 3 years ago because the video went up and I had to go back to my video to, add the video to the comment section. And that person was like, "Well, where is it?" I'm like, "Wow, is that how you talk to people? Well, where is it?" If that's how you talk to a complete stranger, I'm like, okay, goodness knows how you talk in person to people. Wow, that was just awful and rude. I'm just saying the truth. So Content creators maybe need that couple of minutes to put up the thing in the desired place. But I could easily right away, if the person wants that recipe, just go look in the description. That I could preemptively do before I upload the video. So anyway, so I had a really, really great week. I hope you did too as well. And by the way, may I take a moment? May I take a huge moment to thank you so much. Downtown, you know who you are. So, so very, very much. Cecilia, you know who you are. Thank you so, so very much. Your channel support comes in so, so handy, especially during this very, very busy time. And the acknowledgement that you appreciate things, it really, really makes a big difference to any content creator. So, an appreciation comes in many forms: the views, the sharing, the subscribing. Do you know there are some people that listen to my videos all the time? They don't click subscribe. Don't ask me why. I don't get that. Click subscribe. Thank you. Thumbs up. Very, very helpful. At any event, all right, everybody, have an fantastic day, and I will be back perhaps later today, if not tomorrow, with some more video inspirational recipes this weekend during this very, very busy holiday season. I may attempt to make an apple pie, but using a no roll dough recipe, which I looked up, which I was like very much astounded with. Let's see what happens. It all depends on my schedule. Thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate every single one of you.